Hi everyone, I am GianLuca Coccia from Marche Polytechnic University, Italy. With this presentation, I'm going to show you the activity that the Italian Solar Cooking Association is carrying out in order to update and improve the Italian Wikipedia webpage of Solar Cooker. AICS, the Italian Solar Cooking Association, includes professionals and enthusiasts of solar cooking and has the following mission: disseminate the technical scientific concepts about the conversion of solar energy into thermal energy and therefore of the operation and efficiency of solar cookers and dryers. Promote the knowledge, study and use of solar cookers and dryers both for domestic and professional use. Share technical construction experiences and the best recipes among members. Promote initiatives that draw the attention of public opinion and media. Promote the logic of cell construction with the aim of reducing environmental impact and promoting the circular economy. AICS has both a directive committee and a scientific committee. The scientific committee, in particular, includes some of the authors of this presentation and expresses its opinion on the scientific adherence of what is promoted by AICS in terms of construction manuals, courses, presentations, papers published on the AICS website relating to solar cookers, dryers, thermal energy storages, and so on. Based on the mission of AICS, the Italian Wikipedia webpage for solar cooker was found to be inadequate and virtually devoid of useful information. To date, the webpage contains only one section, called Types of Solar Cooker, which is even incomplete, as it only includes box and concentration cookers, and there is no mention to panel or other solar cookers. In the same page, lots of information is missing, for example, the history of solar cookers, the working principle, an exhaustive classification, existing projects, references. It should be noted that the corresponding web pages for other countries are much more complete. To improve the quality of the information reported in the Italian Wikipedia webpage for solar cooker, AICS decided to create a dedicated work group, and according to the group, the new webpage should include an exhaustive definition of solar cooker, a history of solar cookers with particular reference to Italian contributions, the working principle of solar cookers, a classification of solar cookers, the main available projects, literature works. The next slides will present some of the material produced so far, translated from Italian. The definition of solar cooker is still under development, but according to our vision, a solar cooker should be considered as a device that can concentrate solar radiation and use it for food purposes, from cooking simple or elaborate dishes to sterilizing water to make it drinkable. Solar cookers do not use fuel, therefore they can be used where it is not possible to light fires, and many non-profit organizations are promoting their use to help slow down deforestation and desertification. Furthermore, recent studies have shown that cooking with direct solar radiation offers several advantages in terms of the nutraceutical content of many ingredients. As regards solar dryers, although they have a similar operating principle to solar cookers, are devices with specific aspects such as ventilation, and therefore they should not be included in the category of solar cookers. The history of solar cookers starts thousands of years ago with the discovery of solar concentration. In the Italian Wikipedia webpage, AICS would like to mention important Italian contributions, for example, Archimedes with his solar furnace, Alessandro Annibale Battaglia, that in 1886 patented a solar concentrating system which could be used to produce steam separating the mirrors from the boiler, and Giovanni Francia that demonstrated it was possible to produce steam at high pressures and temperatures using linear and point concentration systems, principles also adopted by modern solar thermodynamic plants. Talking about the working principle of solar cookers, many important scientific topics need to be cited, and our AICS work group found that many of these topics in the Italian version of Wikipedia are incorrect and/or incomplete. Therefore, updates are necessary. Some of the most important topics include solar irradiance, greenhouse effect. For example, in the Italian Wikipedia webpage, we can read a sentence like, "The term derives from the incorrect analogy with what happens in greenhouses for cultivation. In this case, the increase in temperature is due to the absence of convection, a mode of heat transfer, and not to the trapping of radiant energy." Fresnel lens, parabolic mirror, solar concentration, thermal energy storage. Consider that this page is not available in the Italian Wikipedia. Phase change material, where only few sentences are reported in the Italian Wikipedia webpage, and so on. AICS would like to use the following simplified block diagram to classify solar cookers, in order to have a balance between clarity in exposition and scientific soundness. In particular, our classification is mainly focused on direct solar cookers without the use of thermal energy storage. Talking about classification, there is a specific problem in the Italian definitions, the distinction between the Italian words forno and fornello. In fact, the English translation for forno is oven, so in this case we have a closed receiver. Box and panel types should be considered therefore forni. The English translation for fornello is cooker, so in this case we typically have an open receiver. Most concentrated systems should be considered therefore fornelli. The main projects that AICS would like to report in the Italian Wikipedia webpage are countless. The list is not comprehensive yet, but it should include, for example, for panel cookers, Cookit, Copenhagen, Heinz 2, Hotpot, Kimono, Funnel, Fan Panel, Funnel Pucca, and so on. For box cookers, the list should include the Crovato designs, Helio, and so on. For evacuated tube cookers, Tolo Katzin, Gosan, and others. For parabolic cookers, Simplicity, Sole Source, and so on. For cookers that use a Fresnel lens, the list should include the Helia concept. For community solar cookers, we have Lightfire, Neologo, Simply Solar, Sunrise CSP, and others. And about solar restaurants, we have Solar Elchi Donde Martita, Le Presage, and many others. As regards dissemination, we will of course cite CONSOLFOOD, but also Solar Cookers International and its dedicated Solar Cooking Wiki webpage. About the literature works that can be cited in the Italian Wikipedia webpage, thousands of manuscripts are of course available, but AICS will focus on the most relevant of them, in particular those having an open access format, in order to facilitate dissemination. Thank you very much for your attention.